Hello to my Leos. All right, Leos, happy solar eclipse, which happens on October 2nd, right? So you may be watching this video on October 1st, but happy new moon. We're in a new moon phase, and the new moon officially is on October 2nd, and also solar eclipse is on October 2nd. But a solar eclipse occurs only a few times a year, when the sun, moon, and earth are aligned. So get it in alignment. A solar eclipse means a reset. That's right, reset, reset, reset. Your reset, your reset, your rebirth, right? And so it's going to feel like a super new you. We have a new moon in Libra. Libra is about balance and peace. No longer doing an injustice to yourselves by carrying other people's, unnecessary energy on your internal scales. So, super new you. Super new you. It's the last, if you're watching this on October 1st, it's the last day for the cycle that we're in. We had a partial lunar eclipse and we had a full moon in Pisces, right? So this is where you start believing in yourselves again, like really believing in your dreams. Whatever your dreams are, right? Following your star, believing in yourselves again. All right, let's go. Okay, King of Wands. All right, there you go. Somebody's believing in love again. Sacred bonds, sacred relationships. I love this. Okay, good. And so, yeah, and letting that Lion of Judah come out right there in your spirit. Sitting on your throne, somebody's in prayer mode. You're at peace and harmony with yourselves. You're in spaces where people are pouring into you. You're pouring into them. You feel like it's a safe space. It could be your girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, husband, wife, whoever. You feel safe with them, they feel safe with you. And even if you're single, that's what you're praying for, where you feel like it's a safe space to just be you, right? And so, yeah, so they'll protect your heart, protect your pearls of wisdom, your emotions, and you're free to talk to them about whatever you want to talk to them about. So somebody is definitely praying for balanced relationship, healthy work-life balance. And that's exactly what you're getting, right? So here we have the Sun card. And then also the Nine of Pentacles. And somebody's praying for financial independence. So, and that has to be a prerequisite for somebody. And just your friendships in general. It's just friendships, love relationships, is that's not going to weigh heavy on you, where you're not picking up other people's financial or material lack, where you're weighing you down, where, you feel like you have to pay for other people's stuff, right? They come into a relationship, they got bills stacked up high, stuff before you even knew them, and now you find yourself having to pay off their bills, their debt. So Source is trying to help you to pray ahead of time before you leap into those things. Or friends, where you're having to pay off even their karmic debt. You don't want to be connected to that. So somebody's learning how to be very clear and concise even in their prayers. Just like, what type of energies do I want to be around? I want sacred bonds. And that's what you're praying for. People who are going to take good care of your heart, where it's just not toxic and, people judging you on whatever. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. So this is good. So yeah, starting out this super new you, and solar eclipse super new you. That's what you're committed to. That's the commitment you're making with yourself. You're starting out on a throne. That's what you're inspired by. That's what you're motivated by. Anything less than that, anything that's trying to drag you down off your throne and have you scratching and growling and all of that, you're not motivated by that. No disruption of peace. You're like, nope, I'm praying for you. That's you. I'm praying for you, but Yep. So there it is. Yep. There it is. So somebody's back in center stage again, and so like I said, where you are right now is just more or less like I guess two types of energies in particular that could have kept you in a state of confusion. But Source for you is really saying to you, be very conservative with your time. In other words, the more fixated you become onto things, it's like the more you're going down this rabbit hole of confusion. So it's saying learn how to trust. You're ruled by the sun. So learn how to trust, just through prayer. Just gain clarity through prayer, right? And stay focused. Stay focused. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups here. Yeah, Ten of Cups here. Yep. Yep, Ten of Cups here. So what I'm seeing, like I said, in your cards is that somebody is trying to make sense of some things. Somebody's trying to make sense of some things. And just in terms of relationships. Okay, so here's where some things get a little bit complex. Remember, we have 5 planets right now that are currently retrograde, right? So and all of them are generational. So everybody is awakening to finding out things about their family. That's everybody. Everybody. It's everybody on the planet. Things that they didn't know about their family, right? People are waking up. Lots of people are finding out they got brothers and sisters places. They find out they got long lost relatives that could live right across the street. You could be looking at your yearbook and find out that person that you played volleyball with or soccer was your cousin the whole time. A lot of things people are finding out. But Source is trying to help somebody to understand. It's like, as you are learning about your own family, also leave wiggle room, especially when you're talking about another person involved who you want to build a life with and a family with, that they too are also trying to find out things about their, family too. Neither one of these people fell off the back of a turnip truck. Neither one of these people. So Source is saying a lot of these people have, family in cities, but they also have family in like countryside. Like, like I said, a lot of people have family members who are a part of this community. A lot of people have family members that are not. So Source is saying a lot of people are discovering a lot of things about their own family. And so Source is saying you're learning how to be in spaces where people are pouring into each other in healthy ways. Like as much as they know, as much as they're, as much as they know. Everybody don't know everything about everything. So that's what Source is trying to help you to understand. So here we have the Two of Wands. So I see you moving on from something. Here we have the see this person on the cell phone. I see you traveling. Yep, I see you traveling. Maybe making some I see you moving on from something fast. Here we have the Queen of Wands and also adjusting your crown. Just kind of like determined to just kind of move on from something like that survival mode. Somebody is like trying to move on from that fast, like coming out of that survival mode and just learning how to live a softer life by just praying and just looking and gaining clarity from source. Like you tapping into the living water within yourselves and just learning how here's going to be the main thing too. This right here, see how protected and safe? Let me see how protected and safe these kids look here. They look like kids. They look like they're safe, protected, those kind of things. Everybody has an inner child. So Source is saying when people feel like they're in a wilderness situation, like they're in a survival mode, they don't feel safe. And so Source is trying to help you to feel safe in your own internal scales, like within yourself, healthy work-life balance, so that people don't pick up on that energy around you. Excuse me. And so they feel like they're safe around you. You feel safe around them. People feel open, like they don't feel like the heat is turned up, like that water is boiling hot, or you don't feel like that around them, right? So this won't look like somebody is running away from you. It'll look like a person is focused. Like, okay, this person is focused. That's you, focused. Won't look like you racing away from people. Like, I can't wait to get away from so-and-so, right? So, yeah. So Source is like, if you have kids, think about that too. You want them to feel like they're in safe environments where people are pouring into them, whether it's in school, whether it's teachers, whether it's, at work, You want them to be in safe environments where people are pouring into them and they can feel like they are free, right? And so not feeling like they're in survival mode, right? Like they're, oh my God, I'm scared that I shared information with certain people. How's they going to get back to other people? And now they scared, right? So so source is saying to you, yeah, especially if you're talking about family situation and linking, being in a family situation with other people. Yeah, because that comes in with that fire right here. It comes in like competition from the very beginning. It just comes in as competition. So source is saying somebody just stay focused, focused, focused. So if you want to start out at peace, you start out in prayer. That's what the source is trying to help somebody. They start out in prayer. You start out in peace, start out in prayer. I'm praying over a situation. So I want peace. I want people to feel safe around me, and I want to feel safe around them. I'm going right into prayer. If they're the ones that's bringing the competition, stop right there. We family. We're not doing that. We're not bringing that into the house. We're not bringing that energy into the house. So yeah. Because somebody could have been dealing with an energy who was looking for acceptance and approval, and so they felt like that's what their worth was. They got, in order to be accepted and approved, they bring in competition into a situation. You're better than, you're this and that, so on and so forth, bringing toxicity into a situation. So it's like, no, So it's time for somebody to start dating again. I mean, that's obviously if you're not married. we're not talking to the married people. If you're already married, or if you're already with your person, that part does not apply to you. But I do see somebody learning how to move on quicker from just, the competition, competing and comparing. I see you back in the saddle again. So ask source for clarity. Drink more water as a form of self-care. The angel of prophecy and wisdom was with you, but your ex was on somebody's ex was on some kind of an assignment, and the assignment is really from their lower self operating in flesh, confused about something, right? So what they were confused about, only they know. People are still discovering things about themselves, and when they're trying to discover things about themselves, you could have been picking up on so many different types of energies. You don't know what they're discovering about themselves. So it's time for you to do a solar plexus chakra cleanse, right? So don't look back. Don't look back. Yep, don't look back. But the spy is now turned on, whoever was spying on you. So you're trying to just healing, right? So you have the gift of telepathy. That's the transference of thoughts, feelings, and ideas, whether they're intuitively, emotively, and superconsciously. The best is yet to come. And time for you to dream even bigger. Time for you to dream even bigger. But make room for a brand new blessing coming into your life. And everybody's not running away from stuff. Everybody's not running away from things. Some things just motivate people to just get focused. It's like some things you don't run away from. Some things just motivated you to say, I need to get focused. Why am I spinning my wheels, burning myself out, stressed out, confused? Why am I even doing that when I could have just prayed ahead of time? Prayed for clarity ahead. That's what somebody's going to start doing from now on. Before I get into anything, I'm praying for clarity ahead of time. Yeah, I'm praying for clarity ahead of time. So, yeah. So, yeah. And, yeah. But yeah, one yes from God. But yeah, your laughter is medicine. And so things are going to start flowing to you like water. But it's time for somebody to really, really do the mirror work and release the burden of all of this being determined. I'm just determined I'm determined to get to the bottom of something. So it's like getting to the bottom of something will make you get down off of your throne. When you can just pray to source about it, it'll make you get off your throne. I got to get to the bottom of something. That's the bottom that you got to step down off of. So it's just saying, I need you to start praying about something first in advance. Pray for clarity. So somebody is starting at the third chakra. When source wants you to start at the root, like very first conversations from the very beginning, have conversations. Find out if people are in survival mode. Very beginning. All right, let's get some oracle cards here. Let's get some oracle cards here. Let's close it out. But yeah, so you're definitely going to feel like you're at peace with just moving on from some things, and just here we have individuality. But every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. Every person, right? Invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God. Pursue me. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. Yeah, you're freeing yourselves from this. I got to step down off of my throne to put myself in survival mode. That's what somebody is freeing themselves from. Well, you can just pray ahead of time. Right? True offering. You're releasing that. True offering true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. LOVE. Right? So there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Yeah. Yeah, that can't be addressed in the current life. Karma is not good or bad. It just is. Right? So whatever energy we put out to the universe comes back. No matter who it is. You, anybody, you, me, the next door neighbor, the person down the street, don't really matter who it is. So when people are wishing, I can't move until I see them get their karma. So it's like you don't know what the intention behind it was, whatever it was, right? People are still trying to figure out stuff going on within themselves. They're trying to still figure things out. You trying to still figure some stuff out within yourselves. So hold your vision. Some of your ex-friends, some of your ex-love interest, friends, ex-love interest, some of your ex-family members or whatever, still waiting on. I can't wait to see Leo get their karma. They Leos, they this and that, so on and so forth. And you still being blessed and highly favored. Why? Because maybe your intention behind it was not to hurt somebody. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what Source is saying. Sit on your throne and pray for clarity. Pray for clarity. Everybody's not running away from stuff. Some things just, Source is saying, excuse me, Source is trying to help you understand this doesn't always mean running away from something. This means, right here, get action-oriented and focused. This fire right here, motivation and clarity. So sometimes people are just motivated. Sometimes you were just motivated by saying, yeah, something about that doesn't motivate you being in survival mode. Doesn't motivate you. So adjustments are required. Yeah. Yeah. So if a person who you think leaves a job, they quit a job early, saying like, oh, they just run from a job. As soon as they turn up the heat on a job, they just leave the job. They just run because, somebody turned up the heat on a job. Maybe they got a better one and closed their vault door, so nobody knows what kind of job they working, but they just happy. This is right here, fire, spirit. This spirit was led in a different direction. This right here, spirit was led in a different direction. Some people don't want to be in. Somebody maybe said, hey, they don't want to be in certain type of relationships because they always feel like they're in survival mode in certain type of relationships. Spirit may be led in a different direction. So Source is just trying to help somebody broaden their horizons. Like broaden their horizons and just recognize that some people feel like, they're constantly being judged. You feel like you're being constantly being judged, right? Divine abundance. So you are born to align with love, will, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Yep. So if you date outside your race, there are going to be some people who say, oh, they never liked their own race. Or, you date the same sex. They've always been that way. People judge people for whatever. You grow up and want better for yourself, and you go to school and you move outside of a neighborhood that you've always lived in. People gonna say you think you better than. Like people had an opinion about everything. You in a job and you don't have a struggle mentality, and you say, hey, listen, I know I've worked too hard to settle for this. There's no way in the world. They're going to tell you that you run at the first sign of trouble. I mean, so it's just saying to you, listen, you learning how to be more conservative with your time. Not when you can pray ahead of time. And so it source shows you, hey, listen, through a dream, download, or whatever, Leo, hey, something ain't right about this. I need you to move on. Don't delay. Success. I'm attracting everything I need. I'm full of highly profitable ideas. I'm grounded. I'm connected to my highest calling. I'm pushing the boundaries of the ordinary. What's for me will always be for me. I'm committed to my purpose. I'm making necessary connections. I'm connected to all that supports my highest good. That's it, and that's all. For real. That's it, and that's all. You connected to all. I mean, nobody has any competition. Nobody on this planet has any competition. Yeah, so like I said before, I mean, you were like I said, source is saying this cycle right here has reminded people to start believing in their dreams again. That's what this cycle has been about. It's like, deal with your shadow self. That's what this partial lunar eclipse, right? Deal with your shadow self, release some of that stuff, get back to basics. What did you pray about? What you pray for that got you to where you are, got you this far? But then what threw you off course? What threw you off course? Remember that. What was it that threw you off course? Get rid of all of that, because there are going to be some people who are going to say, oh, they're going to jump to conclusions. They run at the first sign of trouble. As soon as, they saw something, they heard something, they just took off running. Okay. You're going to have to be okay with them two letters, O and K. Okay. Because you know how to pray. You know how to pray about stuff. You know how to say, okay, I can gain clarity through prayer. So I can gain some clarity through prayer. Something is right here, and both of these cards right here. You like to be, you're saying you like to be something that doesn't motivate you. Something is not motivating somebody, right? So like in terms of like family life or home life, like in terms of dating life or something like that. And I'm not talking about people who are married. We ain't talking about you married or if you're already with your person. So let me be crystal clear. I'm talking about people who have a desire for that, like who have a desire to be married, partnered, however, right? Who has the better house, who has the better this, who has the better that. That doesn't motivate you. You want to have warm. Somebody wants to be in spaces where people feel the warmth. Like you're sitting around a round table and it feels the warmth at the table. You don't want to be in spaces where people get up and you hear people talking about people behind their backs, or when they come into the room, it feels like there's a coldness to it. Like you can't sit next to that kind of energy, right? So definitely a warmth here. So something has gotten you to move away from something, right? To say, I need to get focused. I need to get focused. I need to get focused. So good for you. Good for you. Get focused. Get focused. Get focused. Get focused. Get focused. I have the power to create the work and lifestyle of my dreams. Overwhelm is now abolished and removed from my work today. I am calmly focused on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. That's right. That's how you're going to be at peace with yourselves. That's what, just through prayer. Prayer and meditation for somebody. Your highest selves. Source. Higher power. Creator. Right. Not even overthinking it. Not even overthinking it. Yeah. That is what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. I'm beginning an exciting new path of self-discovery. There it is. Self-discovery. Yeah, don't even waste your time waiting around for somebody's karma. Because again, just like people sitting around thinking that they're waiting for yours. I just want this to get back, whatever. They don't even know what your intentions were. They don't, did they jump in your chest? How they know what your heart? It's like, how do they know what your intentions are? They don't. So that's what Source is trying to help you to understand, is like you digging deeper, trying to find out where people are still evolving and trying to learn how to believe in themselves. They could be around a bunch of just toxicity, and them trying to figure some things out themselves. So it's like you're trying to figure some things out. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Again, happy solar eclipse. Happy reset. Happy rebirth. Happy super new you. All right. Bye.